Alright guys, so we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we're gonna have a pretty big celebration dropping here, the Golden Week celebration. I figured I could do a video going over what characters might EZA in this celebration. Now remember, global, it's a little weird. Again, we're gonna get to that sync soon where everything is just gonna be the same on both versions and good and shit like that. But it seems like JP now, I guess it's gonna be like one super EZA every celebration is probably what we're gonna get. So that's just super good. So now it's like, we can anticipate. I think the most likely EZAs we're gonna see in the celebration are these two, right? So, we can anticipate that like these guys are gonna EZA. And then also, there's gonna be an EZA, a super EZA character. So, like, that's just going to be better for team building. It's going to be better for content and stuff like that. Because I mean, a lot of people will say, like, oh, only content creators, like, go over and over and over into, like, these, like, difficult fights, blah, 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 right? But, like, I would think, like, even if you're, like, if you EZA a character, and then now, oh, wow, they're super good, like, wouldn't you at least want to use them once or twice? Like, that's why I really do consider EZA's content. Not the process of farming them up, but I would think people would want to use the new character, not just EZA them once and then never use them. Like, I don't think that's going to be too common the case, is it? I mean, y'all can let me know. But, okay. So, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Fat Buu. Fat Buu himself doesn't really have any issues, no conditions, nothing like that. There is this right here, Buu Saga category ally on the team for his intro. But guess what? I mean, that's not, like, that's literally just not an issue at all. Because, like, all the other Majin Buus are Buu Saga. So, not a problem for Fat Buu. Now, Goku, I think that this is very tough. I mean, I know people are going to be disagreeing with me a lot about this, but a Majin Buu Saga ally in the same rotation is a tough condition. It is. Because it means your team needs to be filled with Buu Saga characters. Like, just Goku, Goku, and then, two more. Like, even that, like, depending upon the way rotations go and stuff like that, like, it's killing a lot of team flexibility, which I'm not a fan of. But what we could do is just make the Majin Buu Saga team good enough that it's not really an issue. And then at that point, it's only really an issue for Super Saiyan 3 Goku when it comes to, like, taking him into, like, Battlefield or maybe wanting to run him in, like, Kamehameha Super Battle Road or some shit like that, right? So, what we're looking for is I really do want Buu Saga allies that are going to be good. So, we have these two. Again, I think that these guys are the most likely. This character would work great, of course, with the new Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I mean, let's see. So, they get these boosts. This guy has dodge, so he probably could be pretty good. And then Vegeta, he is interesting because he guards with orbs. So, I could really see a situation. Majin Vegeta could end up being better here. I could see a situation where they maybe give him damage reduction on top of this. And then maybe with Goku, they probably just give him a lot more. They they would probably do something like crit and dodge for this guy. And then maybe like damage reduction for Majin Vegeta. I think that these two could be really good. And I think both of these characters would more so synergize well and buff like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku variant of the team. Remember that both Fat Buu and Super Saiyan 3 Goku are leading Buu Saga. One thing I do think the community gets a little too caught up in is that it specifically needs to be like the 200% leader skill that characters are getting. That certainly can help, but I mean, for a lot of characters, they're going to be good enough regardless, right? Like, it's not going to be the difference in life or death. So, like, I do think that, like, a potentially interesting build for this team could be to just run, like, one Super Saiyan 3 Goku as either your lead or friend, and then Fat Buu as the other thing, either your lead or your friend. I think that could be an interesting team build to kind of run. And then, we can get, like, Fat Buu and Buu Tanks as one rotation, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then, some other character as another rotation, right? I think that potentially could work. as a really, really solid team. And I think that these two will be great. Keep in mind that Buu Saga right now is very heavy on Over in a Flash. With the Angel Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, we have several of the Gotenks who have it. Although, to be fair, Int Gotenks does not get it until he's in Int Super Saiyan 3 form, right? Although, the new Gotenks... Here, let's create a new tab here. This new Gotenks right here, he does just have Over in a Flash, right? This guy? Yeah, he does. Okay. This guy should be a pretty decent option as well. He's decent. Like, he's, a good option. This Buu really would benefit, by the way, from them buffing Majin Power by giving us several Majin Buu EZAs, which I think potentially could be in the cards here. So, let's keep going. So, we looked at these two. I think that by the way, we're looking at this in order of what I think is the most likely. I think that these guys are the most likely to me. Next, I think it's a very, very good chance we can get Physical Kid Buu as our Super EZA. Keep in mind that we are going to be getting a Part 2 LR as well. I think... do we think that the Part 2 LR would definitely fall under one of these two leader skills? So, Time Limit and Kamehameha, so that means, you know, Gotenks and Ultimate Gohan could both be on that. And then over here, I mean, Worldwide Chaos Resurrected Warriors, Kid Buu could be on that right there, right? So... I am leaning towards most likely the Part 2 LR will be either Gotenks, Ultimate Gohan, or Kid Buu. Is what seems the most likely to me, but, you know, can't be certain of that. I think that this guy could be... I think that the Super EZAs are really solid. Like, they're top, you know, 30 units in the game or something like that, I think. If this Kid Buu is on that level... which I think he's going to be, we are really, really going to be cooking on the Majin Buu side of things. I think the Buu team is going to work pretty good. All I would really want for Kid Buu, right, is just a defensive mechanic, and then maybe make his support better. I guess maybe just add... I mean, really, if they would just add Ki to this, I'm good with it. Like this is not that bad. And then they just completely fill out the rest of his kit and stuff like that. He's not really doing too much with the super attack effects. But I think that this could be a really, really nasty EZA, actually. Super EZA. I'd be excited for this Physical Kid Buu to get one. Then there's this Buu-Tanks. This guy, as just a sub-EZA to me, seems pretty likely that we could see this guy EZA. Remember that this guy came out with STR Ultimate Gohan. Oh, interesting, and he actually awakens with the Int Buuhan medals, even though he came out with STR Ultimate Gohan. That's when this guy came out. But remember, STR Ultimate Gohan, he EZA'd for Golden Week 2 years ago. So, I think we could see this Buu-Tanks EZA right here. Now, I think maybe I love his title, too, Love of the Throne. That's great. I think some people would say, oh, they shouldn't EZA all these characters at the same time, and right, because, you know, we just got LR Buu-Tanks who EZA'd. They could potentially save this guy for later and make him even better, but after the 9th anniversary massive power creep, I really do want them to build out and fill these teams up successfully. I would much rather Dokkan blows a lot of their load for these Buu Saga EZAs and stuff like that right now to fill out the team rather than wait to where it could be like right now, all these guys EZAing is very meaningful. It might not be in a couple of years when some of these characters EZA, right? We have no idea what the situation is going to be. But like this guy or Kid Buu EZAing is a really big deal. As long as they're just like decent, like maybe able to handle normals from some of these bosses, not even the, you know, Sword of Hope post super normals that are, you know, 1.5 million and stuff like that. But just being able to hang in front of some of those attacks would really be good, I think, for some of these teams. So I'd like to see him EZA. I think Exchange Majin Buu, this character could be really crazy. Because, I mean, you look at the way they've got damage reduction already built in right here. This, again, could be a very, very impactful EZA as well. I think there's a very good chance we see this character EZA. Certainly in Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Tech Majin Vegeta, or this character, one of those three is guaranteed to EZA during this celebration. I just think that there's only 3 2019 characters that have not EZA'd yet. And Goku and Majin Vegeta are 2 of the 3. The other one is the LR Tech Broly. Those are the only 3 premium 2019 characters that have not gotten EZAs. So I do kind of expect... I mean, we've gotten a super EZA from 2019 already, right? And Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So that's pretty nuts to think about. But this guy would be great. He would be a huge help for, Majin Buu Saga units. I mean, keep in mind that a character like this, he will buff a lot of other teams as well. Same with these 2 potentially too. Like, these guys are going to be on a lot of categories right here. More so Goku, right? But yeah, dude, Jesus, look at Goku. It's on 50 teams. All right, so we look at them. Next, there's this guy. This guy is also a 2020 release, who could be pretty good. And, I mean, look at his conditions, which, remember, are all going to be still built in. I mean, these are all based around a Majin Buu Saga category Goku. We're, like, pretty stacked on that right now with the Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who is, somewhere as a top 4 EZA. Again, I don't know super specifically, but just kind of in the top 4 EZAs, right? Top 4 T-Wars. So this guy EZAing could be pretty good. In terms of, like, specific kits, like, what to give them, I don't know. Because, like, when we're talking about these 2019 and 2020 characters, you could look at this guy and tell that he needs a ton of stats. Like, he needs a lot. Like, he needs gimmicks. He needs a bunch of stuff. He doesn't even have a super attack effect on his 18 key super. Yeah, he does this. Yeah, I mean, this, man, we're going to be able to get this pretty easily. I mean, they could buff that too. What if we jumped that up to 100% attack for 1 turn? There's some potentially good stuff that this guy could get. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that Buu Piccolo would be a great EZA right now. And, he's got the support, he's got the healing, he's got the dodging. Like, he's probably going to be really good when he EZAs. This guy was really good when he first came out. The stun as well is good for some of these fights. But here's the thing with this guy. I feel like if he was going to EZA, maybe they would have just dropped him right. Since Global is getting Vegito and Buhan EZAing with the banners, I was thinking maybe that this character would have just already been in there and would have just came out on both versions there, with that Buhan. But I suppose this guy still could EZA at some point during the celebration. Remember, he is a character that awakens with the LR medals for LR Bootangs. But, I mean, I guess they could just have him EZA from, like, in Buhan's EZA medals or something like that, right? That's what they've started doing, is they just start having these characters EZA with random medals. But this guy would be another huge help. Like, we have a lot of Majin Buu Saga characters ready to go. I think that these 2 are potential super EZA options as well. If not Kid Buu, maybe one of these 2. I mean, this guy is a 2021... Well, they're both 2021 characters. So maybe that's a little recent. I don't think I would want this guy to super EZA, because, I mean, it's good to have a bunch of these Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, but then that would be a little bit much, because keep in mind, we also are getting this guy. This guy is also, like, going to get his EZA right here. So I wouldn't actually want to see this Goku super EZA yet. We could save this one for down the line. Majin Vegeta certainly could be very interesting. I don't know if that Bulma condition... I mean, maybe if we could get a team where this guy and LR Bulma were able to be run on the same team. It doesn't exist now, but I guess it could, theoretically. That would be interesting. If you actually were able to get this guy with the Bulma condition. Huh. I still don't like what they did with this guy's EZA, right? Like, they gave him parts of his passive from his speech right there. This guy's EZA was not very good when he came out. I really hope to see him get a monster super EZA. Okay. Now, the last 2, I mean, we can talk about this here. I do not think that these guys are going to EZA. Just because, they're going very, very far. Remember, these are 2021 characters on JP, so I think they are fair game. Like, is it impossible that these guys EZA? No. I think any 2021 character is in bounds. I think the way they're going to maneuver here, until they prove me wrong, what I think they're going to do is they're not going to start easing characters from a year until, like, the anniversary characters EZA first. So, I mean, UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, they were the 2021 anniversary characters, right? So I think that this guy and Kid Buu are in play, but I don't think we'll see 2022 characters EZA in 2024. I think that they're going to EZA the LR Gods and LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in February of 2025 first, and then they'll start easing 2022 characters, right? But I do think that these two are possible. It's just that there's so many other options, like, kind of, who have been sitting here for way longer, right? Like, I really think that these guys are just way more likely to EZA than these two. Now, this guy was added to Global's banner. I don't think that means it's a sign or a hint that he's going to EZA or anything like that. I think that this guy is probably still a ways off. Man, this guy isn't, like, he's not that old, and look how basic this is. That's so crazy. It's like, dude, power creep is crazy. Because, I mean, this guy did come out before Red Zone, right? So then Red Zone came out, and then now we've had Supreme Battle Spectacle, another monster power creep. So let me know who you guys would like to see as most, what EZAs you want to see, or who do you think is most likely. I think for me, I really would like it if, like, these four, him with this one, I really want these four to get their EZAs right here. If they want to EZA this Buu Tanks or Buu Piccolo as well, Buu Piccolo will be really nasty on Fat Boo's team. That would be great, but I'm mostly have my sights set on these four right here, who I think would really, really help both Fat Buu and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think Dokkan did a great job for Topo's team. They dropped Topo, and then a huge, like, the next, like, a bunch of these guys. This guy is great. This guy is great. This guy is great. This guy is great. She's great. This guy is solid. Like, it's like they released a ton of help for Topo. If every Dokkan Fest got the Topo treatment, the game would just feel much better, period. So, let me know what you guys think. Golden Week seems to be looking pretty good.